diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and today I have with me Braylon Jones, who's an offensive lineman out of Houston. How's your day, man?
I've been doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. It's nice to have you on. Realize that you're from Tyler, Texas. So tell me about Tyler, Texas, and how exactly you ended up at Houston. Go for it.
I'm from Tyler, Texas. Played football at John Tyler High School, but now it's called Tyler High. At John Tyler, started. I didn't get on varsity till like my sophomore year, and I actually played defensive tackle on varsity. So I played defensive tackle mostly my sophomore and junior year, and then I played both ways my senior year, and then out of the blue, by the grace of God, I got an offer from Houston. Coach Herman, he just got the job at Houston, and then out of the blue they offered me, and so the rest is history.
So, I mean, Tyler to Houston is not too far away, is it? I mean, can you like go home on a weekend, or how does that work for you?
It's not too far. It's only 3.5 hours. So it's very convenient.
That's doable. I mean, you could always, drive home. Maybe you forgot something, maybe get a little help from your mom and dad on something. It's like, hey, I forgot this at home. So it's cool. But hey, let's chat a little bit about you as a football player. What do you believe is like your best attribute or like the best thing that you bring to the table as a prospect?
I think for me, my best attribute is really mentally, my mental side of the game, my football IQ. I watch a lot of film, so when I get in games, like I notice things before they're going to happen, based on the certain schemes or the certain fronts they have, certain tendencies, and I really just go out there and just execute, my job. And I'll say that's probably my best attribute. So football IQ.
Great. And I was just going to ask you, do you feel like you're a leader out there on the football field? I mean, you've been playing center a little bit and also some guard. Do you see yourself as a leader out there in the football field? And if so, to what regard?
Yes, sir. I feel like I'm a leader out there on the field. At center, you got to be vocal. You got to call out the right fronts, have guys in the right position for blocking schemes and stuff like that. I feel like not really like a vocal leader, rah guy. I'm more of a pull guys to the side, and so I feel like I lead by example and do that in that leadership aspect.
Gotcha. I have in my notes that you played center. You were starting center this past season, but you've also played some right and left guard. Does that kind of sum it all up, or did you have anything more to add? Have you played any of those tackle spots?
Okay, sir. Coming in, I played right tackle. Beginning of the season for the first 5 games, I was the backup right and left tackle, kind of like that swing guy, my true freshman year. And then somebody got hurt, and so I ended up starting the last 6 games of my true freshman season. So that gave me a lot of good experience, a lot of exposure. And then sophomore, junior, senior year, and then redshirt senior year, that's when I played those 3 middle spots.
So I think first and foremost, I mean, having experience all across the offensive line, I mean, you would come in and really add to any depth chart, and whatever kind of position they need. I mean, you could plug and play anywhere, which I think is good. I mean, the other thing too is got some decent size to you, almost 6'4", 303 pounds, is what you gave me before we started. Tell me a little bit about that. I realized that you have your pro day coming up on April 9th. And you had lost a little bit of weight actually, to prepare for that. So walk me through that change for you. Like, how did you lose that weight?
Really, for me, was just eating right, staying consistent with eating. Just eating your good proteins like chicken, sometimes beef and stuff like that. And then eating a lot of good carbs, not like white bread, not bread, but like white rice. Then I'll get like Uncle Ben's rice, stuff like that. And then also, of course, your vegetables, gotta have your vegetables. And I'll just consistently eat that each day. And then, putting the work in, working hard each day, because that way we just come right off like that.
So I think it's pretty neat because you have actually lost a decent amount of weight. I mean, you lost about 20 pounds. That has really put you in a good position. So again, from like 325 pounds to about 305. I mean, I think that there's a whole lot more that we can do with you out there on the field. I mean, and hopefully that really, will help with your mobility and your testing when you do get to that pro day. What do you wish to accomplish at that pro day? I mean, what are you trying to prove to scouts out there?
Well, I mentioned, the nutrition part, really just showing them that I was a pro during this process. Like you said, I weighed like 322, 325 starting off, and really just showed that I was consistent with my diet and nutrition. Losing all the weight, being 305, and then that's going to carry over into me. Wanting to show the scouts, I've gotten quicker laterally, my lateral quickness, and just showing them that I can play any of the three positions because I lost the weight and I feel good and move with ease now, and I was really just ready to perform.
Great. And I realized also at the beginning of this year that you had the privilege of going out to the Hula Bowl in Hawaii. Tell me a little bit about that experience and any stories that you want to share about being at that All Star event.
It was a great experience for me. It was actually my second time going to Hawaii, because back in 2017 we played in the Hawaii Bowl when we played Fresno State my sophomore year. So it was great to get back out there again. Met a lot of great guys out there. Got to compete against a lot of NFL caliber guys out there. So it was great to go against those type of guys, and met with quite a few teams out there. Really just getting my name out there, getting some more exposure. So it was really great experience, and I really appreciate them inviting me to that and able to compete in that bowl game.
So, I mean, with the scouts that you have talked to, I mean, are there anything that they've been telling you, or have they asked you any sort of, I don't know, weird, awkward questions? I mean, anything that you want to share about your, interaction with some of those scouts?
It was pretty like what similar interviews that everybody else had. Telling them your background and what you need to work on. As far as like you specifically at your position, and it was just great interviews. You can just having those scouts, getting to know you.
Great. So let's kind of show those scouts that you are a student of the game. So when we think about you as a student of the game, where you have to study your opponent all week long in order to prepare for that weekend's game, give me maybe an example where you studied a team or maybe even a player on that team, and it really played out for you in a game time situation.
I can recount this year we was playing UCF. They were a big. They were a 4-down team. They love to run twists anytime darn near every pass situation. And so really we just got in the film room and looking at tendencies of when they twist. Of course, man side. When you're on the man side, you get a 3 and a 5. Of course, you're probably gonna have a twist, and that was mostly running TE twist, or they're running running ET twist. And so really we just really focus on as a unit, pointing out that they're going to twist. They're on the twist. We call it twist. Every time we passed the ball or was a passing down, we would always call out twist, and we picked up all their twists. And so it was a great achievement for us. It was one time they threw a crazy twist at us, and we just looked at it the next day, and it was just a thing of beauty how we picked it up. So it really helped us out in that game a lot, even though we did lose, but that was like a win for our unit of picking up all their twists, because they've been giving teams fits with that.
Great. And what do you feel is like your best moment as a football player to date? I mean, if you had to pick maybe one game, one highlight, one moment, what's like your biggest football moment of your career?
I'll probably say being able to play my true freshman year, starting at right tackle, we played Louisville. You know, they had Lamar Jackson and a lot of other great players that's in the league now. And so really going against them and, you know, beating them at home when that was like number three team in the country, really beating them, that was a really special moment because the fans, they rushed the field, and it was really great being a part of that.
Great. And let's just kind of learn a little bit more about you off the field. So tell me maybe what you did there as a student at University of Houston, and, you know, anything else about yourself that you want to share, you know, any hobbies or interests that you want, you know, all the fans out there to know.
Okay, so at University of Houston, I studied psychology, got a degree in that. I graduated December of 2019. And then I got like a little bit over half of my graduate degree. I did go retailing as far as grad schools. Interest in hobbies outside of football. I'm really a chill, laid back guy. I love watching podcasts, listening to podcasts, watching sports shows like Skip and Shannon. And really, you know, with those podcasts and those sports debate shows, I really just like listening to people's, you know, just perspective, whether it's sports or about life situations. So that's pretty much my interest in hobbies.
Gotcha. And with regards to you as a football player, I mean, you know, if you are able to, you know, get to that professional level, I mean, you might have the ability to use football as a platform for something even greater. Have you actually sat down and thought through maybe what you might use football as a platform for, you know, whenever you do get to that level?
For football, you know, for my platform, I just want to give back to my community. I really have a passion for helping people out. So I really want to do just humanitarian work and philanthropy. So that's what I really want to do with my platform, football, any way I can.
Right. And I realize, like, down in Tyler, Texas, I mean, you're almost close to, like, you know, the part of the nation that gets hit with like hurricanes and stuff too. So I mean, you know, obviously you're in a position where you know, hopefully if you can, I mean, you could give back to that community, because I mean, they always need some help, you know, whenever those sorts of things hit, for sure. So typically around this time of the interview, I just kind of give you the floor to just you know, give shout outs to some people that have really helped you get you where you're at. So, you know, when we're talking about maybe family, friends, you know, teammates, coaches, mentors, talk about a few of those. I mean, this isn't for me, it's really for them, for you to give some love out to those guys. So go for it.
Okay. First and foremost, you know, I want to shout out God, because without him, I wouldn't be in this position. He gave me the talent. He blessed me with the talent to play this game that I love, with football. So I just really want to thank him first and foremost. I want to thank my mom and dad for always, you know, providing for me, you know, really instilling hard work and taking pride in everything that I do. And another one is Rickland Holmes, my high school coach at John Tyler. He spent countless hours sending out film, not just for me, but other players. So I really want to thank him, give him a shout out. I have a really big support system. So I'm sorry, you know, if I didn't mention you, but, you know, I really love all y'all that's really supported me, you know, provided for me to get to this point, helped me get to this point. So I really thank y'all. I love y'all.
Great. Hey, is there any guy there at Houston that we need to keep an eye out for you know, for next season, 2021? I mean, anybody there that you want to give some love to, that you say, man, you better know this guy, you know, in next year's draft. So give me maybe one or two guys that everybody needs to know.
I don't know if he's coming out this year or not, but I'll probably say our tight end, Christian Braylon. He's a really great tight end. He can block. He can go out there and catch, and he's really gonna be that next guy, next great tight end when he gets to that next level. So we just want to give him a shout out. Watch out for him.
Gotcha. Next question is really just the why question, and the why question really just being, you know, maybe why do you play football? Maybe why you started playing football? Why you play now? And just sharing a little bit about your motivation. So go for it, man. Give me your why.
My why for playing this game, I fell in love with the game when I started playing third grade, putting on those pads, just fell in love with it. And I'll probably say my motivation is it's my family. I want to, you know, give back to them. You know, they helped me get to this point, and that's really my motivation and why I play in this game.
And very last question for you is, give me your pitch. I mean, or well, don't give it to me, but give it to all those you know, NFL teams out there. I mean, why should they take a chance on you? Maybe draft you, sign you. Or what kind of teammate would you be if someone took a chance on you?
My pitch is, I'm not, you know, highly, you know, touted prospect, but you know, team draft me, they getting the steal. Like for real, I really truly believe that I'm gonna come in, work hard, be a consistent player, consistent, get better each year in each year in, year out. And also, you know, type of teammate I will be, you know, be a guy that encourages, you know, teammates, lead by example, and I eventually, you know, be one of the leaders of one of those organizations. So that's really my pitch for the NFL team.
Yeah, you know, Braylon, I mean, I keep going back to the fact that one of the biggest things that you bring to the table is versatility. And I think, yes, you have been a great center, you know, there for Houston, but you know, to be able to plug and play, you know, anywhere on that offensive line. I mean, I think day one you come in could probably be on any team's practice squad. I mean, at the very least, because you can play all those different positions. And I mean, hopefully, you know, you are given that opportunity to maybe work your way up the ranks and eventually become a starter. But I mean, again, that's one of the biggest things that I think that you bring to the table is just that versatility, playing all over. And really just looking back at you and your preparation to this pro day and the fact that you were able to bust your butt and lose 20 pounds in order for you to be a lot more mobile out there and showcase yourself in front of scouts, and you know, so that you're not sluggish, so that you can do a whole lot more. It really shows, you know, you as, you know, just a very dedicated hard worker. So, and I do feel like, you know, teams would be getting that kind of a player if they took a chance on you. So, Braylon, this has been great. I do appreciate your time. Thank you so much for taking, you know, time out for this video, and wish you best of luck there on your pro day and moving forward from there. So, again, thanks. This is Braylon Jones. I'm calling him an offensive lineman because he can do it all. So Braylon Jones, offensive lineman, Houston. Definitely check him out.